So Mortal Kombat 1 is going to be coming out on September 19th of this year. It's supposed to be released on multiple game systems like the PS4, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and PC. We have a lot of familiar faces returning in Mortal Kombat 1. You got names like Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Raiden, Sub Zero, Scorpion, Katana, the people that we've been familiar with since the 90s. You also got fighters appearing in this game who are just there to make cameos, like in the middle of battles, like Cyrax and Kano and Goro and Sector. Characters are not that important, but they've been around for a very long time and people know who they are. And in terms of how this game's going to do in terms of sales, it's a little bit hard to predict because Mortal Kombat 11 from 2019 was arguably no, not even arguably. It was, the most successful entry within the entire like series. It's probably not the most popular one, but it's definitely the most successful one in terms of like sales. A lot of people go on record and tell you that Mortal Kombat 2 is probably the best, and everybody has their own respective opinion on what the best Mortal Kombat game is. But as far as Mortal Kombat 1 is concerned, I'm not exactly sure how it's going to do in terms of sales. I don't know if it's going to surpass um, MK11. I do know it's going to do better than Street Fighter 6 because when it comes to, I guess, mainstream appeal and all that stuff, it seems like Mortal Kombat in general is something that people over in the West, like in America, they gravitate to that more because of the blood, the gore, the violence, the edgy dialogue, all that stuff. And I honestly feel like having all those elements along with something a little bit new in relation to the story and everything being set in alternate universe is something that's going to add to its appeal. So people are like fascinated by this game at best, and they're going to buy it to see where NetherRealm Studios is going to go following after Mortal Kombat 11 in terms of direction. And like I do feel that over time more things will be added, like DLC and more characters and all that stuff. Because I looked at the base roster of characters, and honestly, there wasn't like too many like characters up there. There was somewhere between like I don't know, like 15 or 20 characters. It wasn't a lot. This is just like the base roster. I'm not even talking about like cameo fighters or anything like that. And there's definitely going to be DLC, later down the line because gaming companies love to do that. They love to make video games and then milk the hell out of it, you know. And the thing is, long as there's like no crypto or anything like that in this game, I think Mortal Kombat 1 should be fine because like a lot of gamers consider cryptocurrency to be like a negative thing, and it's just something that they feel like they shouldn't have to deal with or be subjected to in general. But I honestly feel like this game is something that's going to be really interesting. It's going to turn a lot of heads because it's supposed to be like the second reboot of the Mortal Kombat game that we got back in 2011, and that game was uh, was the one where the storyline like covered the events of the first three Mortal Kombat games, and it was fantastic. Almost everything about it was flawless. And I do feel that depending on how successful Mortal Kombat 1 is, we're definitely going to get a Mortal Kombat 2 reboot later down the line. And I think that's going to be something that also turns heads in the gaming world as well. But as far as how Mortal Kombat 1 is going to do in terms of sales and all that stuff, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, who knows? They may end up breaking records within the first couple of months. But at the same time, I don't expect it to surpass Mortal Kombat 11 within a year because I think it took Mortal Kombat 11 like around 4 years or something like that to reach 15 mil in terms of sales. So it's probably going to take Mortal Kombat 1 a while to reach like 10 mil if it even gets that far, or if it becomes that successful or popular for that matter. But I do feel that Mortal Kombat 1 is definitely going to be one of the more popular games of 2023, and it's most likely going to blow Street Fighter 6 out of the water in terms of like sales because in terms of commercial success, I think Street Fighter 6 has only surpassed like 1 mil, or at least that was the case last time, I read about it. But Mortal Kombat in general, like generally just appeals more to Americans than Street Fighter does. But at the same time, Street Fighter 6 is considered to be one of the best entries in the entire series, and Street Fighter has been around just as long as Mortal Kombat has. So it seems like you, both Capcom and NetherRealm Studios is doing their best work, or they have been doing their best work within the past decade in relation to the Street Fighter and the Mortal Kombat series. But as far as Mortal Kombat 1 is concerned, I definitely think that it's going to do great in sales, especially considering the fact that it's coming out right before the holiday season.